Alec Murdaugh. The evidence in this case is substantial, and it all points back to Alec Murdaugh.
Mr. Murdaugh does this for a number of reasons. One, as you've heard, he believes he's innocent. He avers he's innocent.
Are you guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
And two, he believes that the killer or killers are still at large, and this would allow SLED to put this behind him and go look for the real killers.
Bond will therefore be denied.
How shall you be tried?
By God and my country.
Good evening. Thank you for staying with us for News 2 at 6 o'clock. I'm Brendan Clark.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Carolyn Murray. Alec Murdaugh denied bond after pleading not guilty to murder charges. This is a new mugshot of the former attorney who appeared in bond court today, showing him with his head shaved and appearing thinner than he did before. Tonight, we have team coverage from Colleton County. News 2's Katie Augustine spoke with people who live in that area about the publicity this small city is now getting.
Also, Raymond Owens heard from legal experts who are discussing the disbarred attorney's future. But first, News 2's Riley Benson is breaking down what happened inside that Colleton County courtroom. Riley?
You know, Brendan, Kelly, we saw Alec Murdaugh in court today for the first time since October, certainly looking very different. You just saw his mugshot, very skinny, he looks ragged. He has a shaved head. Now, as far as the denied bond today, not really a surprise as both sides asked for that outcome. Today's hearing quickly turning from a bond hearing into a potential trial. Now, I want you to take a look at this picture. Alec Murdaugh's grandfather, Buster Murdaugh Jr., he overlooked the room today as his grandson was formally charged with murder, putting things into perspective to see what has happened to Alec Murdaugh since the murders last June. Now, Murdaugh's father, grandfather, and great-grandfather all served as solicitors for Colleton County for 86 years. Now, after agreeing on a denial of bond, the two sides asked for three things today. Firstly, a gag order on both sides. Secondly, a confidentially sealing information and evidence from this case to the public, and then pushed for a speedy trial. Alec's attorney is looking for October or November as a start date. The state contesting that, saying the amount of evidence will require time for Murdaugh's attorneys Dick Harpootlian and Jim Griffin to review, pushing for January as the better option. Murdaugh, though, continuing to insist his innocence.
Richard Alec Murdaugh, if that is your name, please raise your right hand. Do you waive reading of the indictments?
Yes, sir.
What say you, Richard Alec Murdaugh? Are you guilty or not guilty of the felonies wherein you stand indicted?
Not guilty.
How shall you be tried?
By God and my country.
Thank you.
Now, also new tonight, Murdaugh's accomplice coming out of these investigations, Russell Lafitte, the former CEO at Palmetto State Bank. He has been federally indicted on bank fraud and wire fraud charges by the FBI and the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division. That'll be something that will come out of today's investigation and the investigation that's been going on over the last 13 months. Certainly something to keep and continue watching. For now, live from Walterboro, Riley Benson, Count on 2.
And with that requested gag order, lawyers representing both sides in the case are remaining silent, not offering any new details. News 2's Raymond Owens joins us live. And Raymond, the lawyers directly involved would not speak with you, but you were able to speak with the lawyer involved in the case related to the Murdaugh investigations.
I was, Carolyn. We really didn't know whether the lawyers for either side in this case would talk to us after the hearing today, but it turns out they chose not to say much of anything.
We were out here when Murdaugh's attorney, Dick Harpootlian, left the courthouse. He would not say anything other than a quick comment of, "I'm gagged," referencing the gag order that lawyers on both sides of the case have requested from the judge. We were at the back of the courthouse as Murdaugh himself left the building, headed to the county jail. He did not say anything as he was leaving. We spoke with Joe McCulloch, the lawyer representing the young woman who died in a boating accident connected to the Murdaugh family. He was in court for today's hearing.
Well, it's a little bit surprising to have a formal old school arraignment, but that was desired apparently by the defense, the trial by God and country, and the formal entry of not guilty. The other surprise, I guess, is the fact that this was a very streamlined process by agreement. I expect the last time the prosecution and defense will agree on anything, in this case.
We also asked him about Murdaugh's request for a speedy trial.
Well, they've had 13 months, as Mr. Waters said, to study on this and present it to a grand jury. They in theory, should be ready for trial. And it's in everyone's best interest to get this to a jury.
So if indeed the judge does decide to give them that gag order, we may not hear a whole lot from the attorneys on both sides of this case. Live in Walterboro, I'm Raymond Owens. Count on 2.
Now, people across the area are reacting to today's bond hearing in different ways, as we heard from people who are concerned over the publicity that Walterboro is receiving over this case. This is Katie Augustine also caught up with a national media representative who's been following the story. And Katie, she says people in the city just did not fill the courthouse today.
That's right. I'm told there was still plenty of space inside the Colleton County courtroom today, which came as a little bit of a surprise to some national media members just because of the international attention that this case has gotten. Now, walking around the city of Walterboro this afternoon, I spoke with a few people who say the attention on their city isn't what they want, but they understand that with the case this prominent, it is expected. Media outlets lined the courtroom as well as the front lawn of the courthouse covering the hearing. That includes NBC Dateline's Carol Gable, who says the lack of a large crowd inside and outside the courthouse wasn't expected, but it's possible people in the city are growing weary.
I thought the general audience of civilians was a little small, and it may be in this part of the state they are so weary about hearing more of this. It's not fun to have this sort of attention focused on your hometown.
Now, this is likely not the last time Walterboro will welcome both national and local media outlets to the city as we await more details about Alec Murdaugh's murder trial. Now, live in Walterboro, I'm Katie Augustine. Count on 2.
And this is a story we've been covering since last June, and you can find all of our investigations and stories on our website, counton2.com. We'll also be following the latest on the Murdaugh investigations as they move forward.